Madam, shall we start, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now time is 10:07. 3 more minutes, we'll wait.
Okay, we shall start by in another 2 minutes, sir. Shall we wait up to 10:10?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yes, sir. Shall we start, sir? Yes, sir.
Just a minute, madam. Sudarsan, sir. Yeah, madam, sir,
Yes, sir.
joined. Ready for presentation. You can start, madam.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So, good
And maybe
morning, all.
recording is going on now.
Yes, I have initiated the recording.
Okay, madam, fine.
Okay. So, good morning, all. On behalf of Department of Civil Engineering, Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, I would like to welcome you all for the webinar on career advancement in construction project sector and infrastructure and project sector. So, first of all, I'd like to express our deep sense of gratitude to Mr. Gunasekaran sir, Executive Member, Indian Concrete Institute, Chennai Center, for his guide and support in organizing this webinar. So today we have our guest speaker, Dr. J.S. Sudarsan sir, Assistant Professor, School of Construction Management, NICMAR, Pune. Thank you, sir, for accepting your invitation. So I would like to invite Ms. Janisha, third year civil engineering, to introduce the speaker to the audience. Janisha.
Thank you,
Janisha.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Now I'd like to introduce our speaker, Dr. J.S. Sudarsan, working as Assistant Professor in School of Construction Management, NICMAR Pune campus. He has completed his PhD in Environmental in SRM University, Chennai, Masters of Engineering in Environmental Engineering at Annamalai University, Chidambaram, Bachelor of Civil Engineering in Shanmuga College of Engineering, Tanjore, Postgraduate Diploma in Industrial Safety in Anna University, Coimbatore. He had Worked as assistant professor in Department of Civil Engineering in SRM University, Chennai for 12 years, as an assistant engineer at Simplex Infrastructures Limited, Chennai for 1 year, and as a lecturer in School of Civil Engineering at Sastra University for 4 years. He has a lifetime professional membership in Indian Society of Technical Education, Indian Science Congress, Indian Concrete Institute, Indian Water Resource Society, and more. He is also the member of Institution of Engineering and Technology and International Water Association. He has received Incentive Award on 2012, 13, and 2014 in SRM University, Chennai. Research Mentor Award for Best Poster Presentation by American Chemical Society, USA. Eminent Research Award for the year 2020 by the International Institute of Organized Research. Best Research Paper Award received from Institute of Scholars for the year 2021. Received Best Paper Presentation Award in National Conference organized by SVNIT Surat for the year 2021. He has published various publications, articles, cases, paper presentation and conference in past 3 years. They are Effect of Blue-Green Algae on Plant Growth and Improving Soil Test in TEST Engineering and Management Journal, Environmental Footprint Assessment of Educational Campus in South India for the Food, Water, Energy Nexus Perspective in International Journal of Recent Technology and Engineering. Groundwater qualities around the municipal solid waste dump in Tiruchirappalli in International Journal of Environmental Science and Technology, and so on. He has co-authored books like Concrete Technology, reversed 4th edition by ARS Publishers, Chennai, and Repair and Rehabilitation of Structures, reversed 3rd edition by ARS Publishers, Chennai. Project handled by him are wind and turbulence data measured at SRM University, acted as a member in water and quality modeling of South Kumbh period of 1 year, sponsored by DST Government of India, New Delhi. He has delivered various guest lectures in reputed institutions like Savita College of Engineering and Sastra University. He has organized quality improvement program and short-term training programs and attended faculty development program and short-term training program. So now without any delay, I would like to hand over the session to Dr. J.S. Sudarsan. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to one and all. First of all, I thank the organizers, especially the secretary and the chairman of ICA, and also Dr. Gunasekharan from SRM University, who has taken a lot of faith in organizing this event. And also I thank the SVC, the Venkateswara Institute of Technology, for providing me this opportunity to deliver their talk on career development in CRIP sector and what are all the avenues for the young engineers. And also I thank the authorities of NICMAR for giving me this opportunity to share some of my input to the young engineers who are going to be the future pillars of our country. Yeah. So first of all, so I want to highlight what is the need of this particular career training and career outreach program. What is the significance of this? Why this kind of things are happening? What is the importance of this? What is the importance of this? Can anybody able to highlight? What is the need and what is the importance of this kind of programs? What is the thing you are going to take away after this program? Any students? Yeah. Any students?
So we can know about the opportunities in construction management, sir. What job roles are there and
yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, very good, Samir. Yeah, this is give you some idea about the opportunities in construction management sector, because I want to highlight one of the important thing, because the Dr. Gunasekharan has taken a very good initiative, because NICMAR is one of the unique type of institute. NICMAR in all over the India, there are very few institutes which is mainly focusing on construction management, which is concentrating on the construction management and civil engineering, only on civil engineering. And also another important thing, NICMAR is one of the institute which is only working on the construction management aspect, and also NICMAR is the institute which is contributing to the molding of engineers, molding of young engineers ready for the industry. There are many IITs, NITs and other institutes are there, which are taking several efforts, which are doing a lot of activities in making them fit for research and developing them as an entrepreneur and also other opportunities. But here NICMAR, we are mainly concentrating on molding the young engineers fit for the industry, and also we are concentrating on developing some modern instruments and other things. What we are collaborating with many industries in working on developing some new products and other things related to construction management. Right. So today we are going to discuss some of the important avenues, what are all the areas the students can concentrate and students can look into in exploring the opportunities with respect to the civil engineering. So we will go to the presentation. Yeah, you can able to see the screen.
Now only it is coming.
Yeah, it's visible. Hello.
PPT is not visible.
Yeah, yes, sir. I'll make it. Yeah. Fine.
Yes. Now it's okay. Make it full. Now it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, career opportunities in construction, real estate, infrastructure, engineering, project management. So we call NICMAR, we people call the entire CRIP, that is construction sector, as a CRIP sector: construction, real estate, infrastructure, engineering and project management. That is a short form, we are calling it as a CRIP sector. So this is a short term we NICMARians we will use to highlight the construction sector, not only with respect to the real estate, infrastructure and other avenues, right? Fine. So, the main outline of the presentation, what we are going to discuss in our today's discussion for next another 45 minutes, mainly I am going to focus on, so what is the construction industry, what are all the overview, what are all the activities and what are all the construction industries contributing, how the construction industries contributing to the country's growth and the global prospects. That is one of the important things. First we are going to discuss, that is overview of CRIP sector, CRIP industry. Then sector insight. In the sector insight we are going to look into some of the project. So different projects which are happening in the different areas related to the construction activities in our country. So what are all the different types of projects happening that we are going to look into in the case of sector insight. Then we are going to look into the challenges, factors causing delays, what are all the challenges happening, what are all the challenges which are playing a significant role, which are causing some setback in the execution of construction project, that we are going to discuss in the challenges. And then we are going to look into making a career, how the young engineers can make themselves fit and what are all the areas they can look into it and what are all the avenues they can look into it, so that they can equip themselves to fit to the industry, to fit to the construction ready engineers, right? So because that is one of the important thing we are going to look into, making a career, key job profiles and opportunity. And then finally I'll be highlighting some of the aspect what NICMAR is doing, what are all the courses NICMAR is conducting with respect to the construction management, so that I will be highlighting at the end, right? Yeah. So the industry overview, construction and infrastructure. So it is very important that construction and infrastructure is each and every, all over the country, all over the world, the construction and infrastructure is a backbone. No country or no nation can't omit or can't neglect the construction and infrastructure sector, because without infrastructure, without construction activities, it is not possible to do any kind of development in any kind of country. If the construction and infrastructure is not happening, if the construction and infrastructure is not growing in a proper way, then it won't fetch proper benefit to the country, and it won't help the country to grow in all the aspects, all the avenues, right? So, I request, can you mute others? Can you mute, please? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So construction and infrastructure, in this particular perspective, we are going to concentrate on many aspects. What are all the sectors in the construction and infrastructure and how it is helping in the country's development and the national development that we are going to concentrate. See, for example, if you look into this particular slide, first I am highlighting about construction and infrastructure growth and how it is helping in the country's development. Over 250 subsectors, especially if you look into the construction sector and infrastructure sector, more than 250 subsectors which are doing many kind of activities, several kind of activities they are doing in many forms for completing a particular project. So the very important thing is civil engineers means the civil engineers in the present day context, they know, if they know only the civil engineering aspect, then they are not a 100% civil engineer. Please keep it in mind. Civil engineer means in the present day context, if they know only the civil engineering concept, what is concrete, what is cement, what is building materials, if they know only that aspect, then they are not 100% civil engineer. They are not fit for industry. They are only for managing the labors. If that is the thing, they are only for controlling the project. So the very important thing is the civil engineer must be capable of controlling many things. They must be capable of controlling the labors. They must act as a crisis managers. They must act as a planning engineers. They must act as a design engineers. They must act as a draftsman. They must act as a procurement engineers. There are plenty of avenues are there. There are plenty of sectors are there. But the very important thing is how to make themselves fit to get into these avenues and these sector and make them getting good idea and good knowledge in this sector. The very important thing is it is not possible to become expertise in all these sector. For young engineers like you people, it is not possible to become an expertise in all these sector. The only way is you have to define yourself which particular area you are planning to pursue your higher studies, or which particular area you are planning to pursue your career, whether it is a public sector, whether it is a private sector, or it is a infrastructure company, or it is a real estate company, or it is a contractual company. What is the area you are going to choose? What is the area you are going to end up? You are going to concentrate. That is the first important thing. You have to define yourself. So you have to define yourself because you are studying 4 years in civil engineering course. So in the first year, second year till third year, you can have different ideas. But once after reaching the third year, then you have to focus on your area of interest. Then only you can able to shine in the future. So that is one of the important information I want to share in this particular slide. So around 111 lakhs crore budget for infrastructure, national infrastructure pipeline, that is 2020-2025, government, central government, state government, they are spending enormous amount of money, enormous amount of funds has been allocated at different levels for different types of infrastructure project, and also the remarkable, some of the remarkable infrastructure projects which are already completed and which are already in function in our country, which talks about the growth, which talks about the development happening in the infrastructure sector. And second highest growing industry. The very important thing is, please keep it in mind, infrastructure means we are not only building the bridges, we are not only building some of the developments, we are also surviving, we are also fulfilling the requirement of product manufacturing. There are many products we are manufacturing. Civil engineers, that is construction engineers, the civil engineers, they are manufacturing different types of building materials. Modern building materials we are manufacturing. And also in the recent data which shows that India ranks within three levels among the global nations in the export of crude steel. Steel export, India ranks within 3. So that highlight that how our country is concentrating and how our country is focusing on infrastructure development and construction activities. So that is one of the important thing I want to highlight from this particular point. and received second highest foreign investment. So these informations are only a just. So there are plenty of things are there. What I have presented here is only a small information just for your understanding purpose. There are plenty of avenues are there. There are plenty of things are happening all over the country, all over the world, right? So it depends on the person. It depends on the capability of the person, which particular area they have to choose, which particular sector they have to look into, and how they can able to concentrate and how they can able to equip themselves to fit for the industry. So it depends on the individual person and capability, right? Around 2,734 out of 5956 project under smart city completed till June 2021. So hope you might be aware, in Tamil Nadu also, in Coimbatore, Madurai and Chennai, there are many places the smart city project has been completed, and many of the smart city project is in pipeline and it is in progress, and many projects are happening, especially in Tamil Nadu and all over the country. So which highlights that how the infrastructure and how the growth is happening with respect to the construction infrastructure. Then let us concentrate on the real estate. So with respect to the real estate sector, so in India, that real estate sector, very important thing is 75% of India's GDP is mainly contributed by the real estate sector, and expected to reach rupees 75 lakh crore by 2030, because country's population is increasing day by day, and it is necessary that to fulfill the population, to fulfill the per capita demand, it is very important that we have to equip ourselves, we have to make ourselves fit, so that we can able to satisfy the per capita demand. So keeping that in mind, government is working on many schemes, government is working on many measures, government is working on several initiatives to streamline this real estate sector. See, in the recent days, construction and infrastructure and also real estate sector was well streamlined, and the streamlining process is still in progress. So based on that streamlining initiative only, you can able to see here RERA, REIT and environmental clearance. These are all the initiative taken by the government to make the real estate sector in a systematic, in a proper manner, which must do the service to the benefit of the people. That is one of the important thing. In earlier days, you don't have this RERA and REIT, then these kind of schemes and these kind of procedures and protocols are not there. So whoever want, they can able to promote a project, and whoever want, they can able to construct a thing, and the quality won't be there. The construction may take more than 10 years, 20 years. These kind of things are happening. But now, by means of these initiative, the central government, they have taken up accountability by each and every person is highlighted, and each and every person is clearly represented in that particular thing. Because whatever may be the project, whenever the project is coming up, whenever you are promoting some project, real estate project, means it is very important you have to get RERA certificate, RERA registration. So once if you get registered, automatically you are liable to all the guidelines and all the things what is specified in the government. And another recent advancement, recent thing what the government is doing is, the government is also indirectly promoting the sustainability and green construction strategies. Several initiatives the government is concentrating and government is working on in the recent days to promote the green construction strategies and green techniques, green building techniques. So that is another one important thing with respect to the real estate sector. Because in the real estate sector, it is one of the very important sector, and it is one of the emerging sector, and we can't omit or we can't neglect that sector. So how the construction and infrastructure is important, in the same way the real estate is also equally important. That is one of the important thing I want to highlight. Yeah. So you can able to see here, these are all the remarkable structures. These are all the remarkable structures which was constructed in our country, in the recent 10 years. These are all the initiative by our central government, supported by several state government. So this is the Zazilla underpass, Atal tunnel, and Statue of Unity, and these are all the mega projects, several mega projects, and these are all some of the Hyperloop system which is going to come up in Mumbai to Pune sector, the Hyperloop construction going to come up, and this is the bullet train project which was already in progress, Nagpur to Ahmedabad and Ahmedabad to Mumbai. The bullet train project is in progress and already the construction is in full swing. And this is the stadium which was constructed in Ahmedabad, and you might be aware it is one of the, and these are all the structures which are remarkable structures, not only in our country, in the world, because you might be aware of the height and you might be aware of the location where those constructions are happened, and you might be aware of the capacity, this stadium capacity, this tunnel underpass, and this Statue of Unity, and many like that. Not only this, many projects are in pipeline, many construction, real estate, infrastructure projects in pipeline, which takes our country to the global level among the remarkable structures. Like in Manipur, they are constructing a railway overbridge, so which is a unique type of structure which they are looking into it, and they are establishing it in Manipur. They are constructing a longest one, and another in the same way. If you look into some of the structure which is, and in Maharashtra, the Shivaji Maharaj statue, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj statue. Yeah. So like this, several initiatives the government is working on, the government is concentrating, so that we want our country must rank within few limits among the global structures. So Burj Khalifa and other things are the highest structures, are largest structures in our country. We are also having many structures like that, and our country's infrastructure companies, they are also global competitor, like L&T, Shafurji, Palanji, Afghans, HCC. These are all the companies which are doing lot of projects in the global level, not only in our country. And these projects, whatever the thing I have represented here, these projects are constructed by our Indian company, not from some other country. Foreign company doesn't carry out. These are all the remarkable project which was contributed, which was constructed by our Indian company. So that shows how we are making ourselves fit to the changing environment, to the changing economy, and how the infrastructure is growing and how the construction developments are happening. That is very clear. And also you might be aware, even in our Tamil Nadu also there are few remarkable structures. In Chennai, the Katipara flyover is one of the very good structural thing. So if you look into the design and if you look into the overview of the Katipara flyover, that shows how it was planned and how excellent the structure has been constructed. In the same way, recently in Coimbatore, the Kudiran tunnel, so which is connecting between Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So these are all the things which talks about the remarkable structures and remarkable construction happening in the country and happening in the different locations. So what I want to tell from this particular thing is, so don't think that there is no opportunity for civil engineers. There are plenty of opportunities, plenty of avenues for civil engineers. It is up to the individual person, individual students or individual candidate capability to fit themselves in a particular area, to fit themselves in a particular sector. I want to highlight another one important thing. I have seen many students who are studying in NICMAR who joined in software company, and after 2-3 years they are not satisfied. They are not having a full satisfaction. They didn't got the full satisfaction, and then they quit that particular job and they join in NICMAR like institution for excelling their career, for making themselves as a efficient and capable civil engineer and construction management professional. So that shows how significant and how the construction market is having the scope, right? So industrial growth drivers. So demand for affordable housing to increase from current level of 29 million household. That's the thing I told. Our population is increasing, and it is mandatory that if the population increases, per capita demand also will increase. That is, each person, it is necessary for the government to fulfill the basic needs. How they can able to fulfill the basic needs? The prime importance, water, then for living, good place, food. These are all the basic fundamental needs for a comfortable living. So it is a responsibility of the government to satisfy their needs. So keeping that in mind, the government initiate several projects, not only with respect to the construction of low-cost housing, and they are also concentrating on improving the basic infrastructure that we are going to discuss in the forthcoming slide. So demand for affordable housing to increase from current level of 29 million household to more than 38 million household by 2030. The very important thing is here I want to highlight one important thing, because the government, they are not only fulfilling the requirement of the people, they are also trying to adopt the modern strategies, modern techniques in low-cost housing schemes. In many places, the government is trying to use the waste product, waste which was discarded, useless. Those products they are trying to use, and they are trying to utilize it for different construction material, and they are trying to use it in construction practices. So keeping this in mind, in some of the project in Telangana, government project, they have used the GFRG, glass fiber reinforced material. So that is a waste material which was discarded from fertilizer industry and also the other type of industries. And those materials are used in the manufacturing of a special type of building material. And this was studied and this was experimented in IIT Madras. And based on their guidance and based on their suggestions, in many government project, they are trying to use those kind of materials, and they are trying to adopt it in the construction of buildings. So what I want to highlight here is, because it is not only that you must have the basic idea about what is superstructure, what is substructure, what is footing, all these things. It is necessary that you must also equip yourself, fit yourself to the changes happening day by day. If you are not upgrading yourself, students, if you are not upgrading yourself, then you can't survive in the market. The market is growing very rapidly. Today one product is available in the market, tomorrow some other product is coming. So you must know what is the product available in the market. If you are not aware of that, then it is very difficult to survive in the market. So that is one of the important thing I want to highlight from this particular thing. Then rapid growth in the IT and financial services space and upcoming expansion plans of businesses into tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So this is one of the important thing I want to highlight. Why I have pointed out this particular point means, many students may be having the feeling that they came from rural places, they are from villages, so they are not having proper avenues and proper opportunity with respect to the construction. It is not like that. Please keep it in mind. Many construction projects are happening in remote villages and remote places. And if you look into this particular point, what I have highlighted here, tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So tier 2 and tier 3 cities means, what is the thing? It is like Trichy, Madurai, then Dindigul. These are all the places where the government is trying to establish the IT sector. So IT sector means they are having that one of the branches like DPO or some other branches, they will expand in that particular cities, which will help the infrastructure to grow. So many projects are coming up in that pipeline, many projects are happening in that way, so which will create an avenue for the young engineers to take up some of the challenges. So that is the thing I want to highlight from this second point. Then investment required in key infrastructure segment, including energy, power, road, railways, waterways, ports, civil aviation, smart cities, urban and rural infrastructure are expected to reach $1 trillion. See, I want to highlight one important thing. In another 10 years, not only the Chennai airport will be the thing, you can also see different airport and different in Tamil Nadu itself, more than 10 airports may come up in another 10 years. So that is a thing going to happen in another 10 years, because the government is working on rapidly. Several initiatives and several measures has been taken up to connect all the major cities. Already most of the major cities are connected by airlines, and it is also the government is thinking on linking the next level cities, tier 2 cities. Like, so we are having airport in Trichy, we are having airport in Madurai. So in near future, we will get airport in Tanjavur, we will get airport in Dindigul. So these are all the things in pipeline, and many other cities, many other states, they already started establishing this kind of thing. And in Tamil Nadu also, we can expect this kind of things going to happen in the near future. And recent information I want to highlight, the Airport Authority of India, the central government and the state government, they got a clearance to establish one airport in Hosur, in the border of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka border. That is in Tamil Nadu, Hosur. They are planning to set up an airport. So already the proposal has been initiated, and feasibility study has been started. So like this, many schemes and many projects are going to come up in the near future. So which will pave the way, good opportunity for the young engineers. And also another important thing, energy and power. Energy and power. So hope you might be knowing, major energy source for our day-to-day activity and day-to-day running is thermal power, fossil fuels. So the government is seriously working on finding out an alternative for this fossil fuel and thermal power. And hope you might be aware, government achieved the goal of utilization of renewable energy ahead of 5 years. Maximum we reached the 40% renewable energy utilization in the recent years. So that highlight what is the vision and what is the mission the government is concentrating with respect to the energy and power. Right? Fine. Then demand for warehousing space, ambient and cold chain in the country in major tier 1 and tier 2 cities is expected to surge as industrial park are being set up. See, this is one of the very important area for the students who are from rural background, because the cold chain initiative is a simple initiative, and it is a need of the hour. And the government already established some warehousing cold storage space in some of the places where the agricultural activities are prominent, and in near future it may come up in other tier 1 and tier 2 cities. What it means, the cold chain and cold storage means, it is nothing but it is a opportunity where the agriculture, where the farmers can harvest their product and they can store in that particular area, and once they get a good revenue, they can market their product in the common public or export the product to the countries. Because due to the improper facility and due to the lack of facility in many villages and many cities, they are unable to market their product with good income. So very less cost they are selling their product. So to overcome this particular aspect, the government concentrating on this particular cold storage, warehousing space, ambient and cold chain. And I want to highlight, if somebody is interested to do this activity, there are many contractors are available. There are many loans, the government is giving loans, subsidies, and you can get the loan in your own village. If you have a good land, good amount of land, then in your own village you can set up this cold chain warehousing space by getting some loan from the government. So that is one of the opportunity for the young engineers who can take up their own entrepreneurship. In this way they can take up the own entrepreneurship. So you are also helping the farmers, and also you are learning your core concept. So which is one of the important thing I want to highlight from this particular point. Then increasing retail consumption and relaxation of FDI, multi-brand retail have stirred aggressive growth among Indian retailers. See, please keep it in mind. This is one of the very important thing nowadays. You can able to see the different types of construction materials available in the market. In the earlier days, options are very less. Nowadays, plenty of options are available. Plenty of options are available. And as I already told, day by day, the new products are coming in the market. So which provides an opportunity, retail consumption and relaxation of FDI in multi-brand retail have still aggressive growth. And also many big giants like Reliance, like Tata products. So they are trying to set up their, that is, units in the tier 1 and tier 2 cities. So that is one of the thing. So for here I want to highlight many of our students, they are getting placed in Reliance Retail. Reliance Retail means don't think that they are going to sell the Reliance product. It is not like that. Reliance Retail, they are trying to set up the Reliance Retail in all the places, Chengalpattu, then Dindigul, Ramanathapuram, like this different places they are trying to establish. Already in North India, many places they are doing it. In the same way, they are trying to concentrate on the many other tier 1 and tier 2 cities. So, which pave the way for many young engineers to get avenues to fit into that particular area, right? Fine. Then, as I already told, this is another one very significant project the government is working on. The government is concentrating, connecting all the major cities by airways and by means of port, because so that the export and import can be possible, and also by means of roadways. So it is a real, if you look into the recent last 10 to 15 years, the growth happened in the roadways. The improvement happened in the road sector itself is a remarkable thing which talks about the development happening in the infrastructure activities, right? You can able to see here Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor, Bangalore Mumbai Economic Corridor, Vizag Chennai Industrial Corridor, Chennai Bangalore Industrial Corridor, Amritsar Kolkata Industrial Corridor, and there are many highway projects. You have seen in the newspapers recent days. Some of the projects are completed in a very short span, within 2 years, within 1 year, remarkable time frame the project has been completed. And they are adopting several advanced technologies, several advanced techniques they are using it, right? So, which shows how the sector is growing, how the growth is happening in the construction activities, right? Fine. So, these are all some of the Government of India policy initiative on infrastructure. So please, I am requesting students, you go to the Government of India website. There are plenty of projects are happening all over the country, and those projects are supported by these schemes. So try to look into these schemes. What is this scheme? Because don't think that it is not only highlighting, it is not only talking about the funding. It also talks about the basic amenities, what that particular scheme mainly focus on. For example, if you take the Amrut is the scheme which is mainly focusing on urban infrastructure development. So under the Amrut scheme only, many cities, they are establishing the water treatment plant, they are establishing the wastewater treatment plant. Many wastewater treatment projects are happening based on Amrut scheme. And you might be knowing waste management, Swachh Bharat initiative, which helps many cities. One of the Indur in Madhya Pradesh, it is doing a remarkable job with respect to the Swachh Bharat mission. So they are going ahead, they are moving ahead in achieving zero waste city. So that is the mantra they are working in, right? So that highlights what is the thing the government is working on, how they are doing it. And also JNNRUM, So solar power for renewable energy, like this many projects. So what I have represented here is a very small. And also you might be aware, under the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, many universities and many educational institutions, it is mandatory that they have to take some nearby village. Even SRM University, they are taking up nearby village and they are doing basic community. They are developing the basic communities under the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan scheme in Tamil Nadu. Like this, many universities, there are many engineering colleges they are working on. Because what I want to highlight is, don't think that opportunities are available only in the government sector, opportunities are available only in the private sector, opportunities are available in all the places. It is up to you to take it up, and it is up to you to take it to the next level. If you are not equipping yourself and if you are not fitting yourself to get into that opportunity, then it is very difficult to survive in the market. So that is one of the important thing I want to highlight. Because some of the schemes what I have represented here, individual young engineers can take up. Recently, in the 2 months before, Department of Science and Technology, they have introduced a scheme, right? NITI REI. So under this scheme, if you go to Department of Science and Technology, you can able to look into it. Under this scheme, young students who are having innovative ideas, they can send the innovative ideas to the Department of Science and Technology. If that innovative idea is good, if that idea is helping for the upliftment of the society, upliftment of the community, then the government themselves will come forward to provide you the funding. You need not have any support by your degree, that is what is a civil engineering degree or whatever may be the thing. If your idea is good, if you are going to develop a product for the upliftment of the own community, your own village, then the government is ready to provide you the funding. And another important thing, not only funding, they will attach you with a renowned institution like NICMAR, IIT Madras, IIT Bombay, and this kind of renowned institution will be connected, and some mentors will be attached for you to give you proper motivation, to give you proper idea how to execute that particular scheme. So this is a recent thing which was introduced by the government, by Department of Science and Technology. So you just go to the website, Department of Science and Technology website, NITI REI. So that is a scheme, right? Yeah. Then you can able to see. So second largest employer in India in 2017 and second largest FDI recipient sector in India 2020-2021. Third largest construction markets globally by 2025. So these are all this picture. This two picture is the Kudiran tunnel which was completed in Coimbatore, which is connecting Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So these two pictures. So I request, if you get the opportunity, ask your mentors, ask your staff members to arrange for a field visit, because construction, civil engineering, it is the only classroom discussion, only the classroom knowledge is not sufficient. How much you are gaining the practical knowledge, how many internship you are attending, that only will help you to survive in the market. Please keep it in mind. So if you get the opportunity, try to visit these kind of remarkable structures and find out what type of new techniques and new methods they have adopted. And even the government AICT itself, they are supporting for some field visit. Many self-financing colleges, they are doing that initiative. I request some of the faculty members to take it forward and help the students to see this kind of structures, right? So these are all some of the challenges, and challenges means the major problem in the construction sector is, in our country, the construction sector is highly unorganized sector. Unorganized sector means the workers whom we are engaging for our construction activities are not well trained. So that is one of the major problem. And also another important thing, as I already pointed out, the initiative taken by the government in many forms is helping to streamline the sector in many ways. And based on the initiative, many development happen, which helps to overcome the delay, which helps to overcome the arbitration, which helps to overcome the cost overrun in the construction project in the recent days. Because in the earlier days, before 10 years, before 20 years, the major challenges are cost overrun, delayed, cancelled, some of the project cancelled due to lack of fund and other things. So like this, you can tell many things. But in the recent days, the recent years, by the initiative taken by the central government in streamlining the system, it is well planned, and many projects are happening in a remarkable time frame, and it is completed in a remarkable time frame. That is one of the important thing I want to highlight. So areas of concern, these are all the thrust area where NICMAR is focusing, where NICMAR is working for the upliftment of the students. See, because in the civil engineering curriculum and in the civil engineering, they might be discussing all these aspects, but they are not discussing all these aspects in detail. But we here doing, and we here focusing land acquisition, obtaining forest and environmental clearance, tie-up of project financing, finalization of detailed engineering and change in scope, because feasibility study, detailed project report, DPR. So these are all some of the things which the students must be aware. So they don't know what is DPR, they don't know what is feasibility, pre-feasibility of the project. So then it is very difficult for them to learn about the other things. So on tendering process, basic tendering process, there are several changes happen in the recent tendering process. There are several tendering procedures are available. In the civil engineering curriculum, students are learning only the basic procedure, how to make the tender. But now in the recent days, the recent market, there are many growth, many changes are happening in the tendering. So earlier days, we have selected the contract based on the lowest bid. Now that trend has been changed. Now the contract can be given to a bidder who is experienced, who is expertise. Even though the cost of the bidding is little bit higher, they can take up the contract. So like this, many changes are happening. So that those areas we are focusing, and ordering and equipment supply, lack of infrastructure support and linkages, law and order problems, because arbitration and legal issues are the thing which are hindering many developmental projects. So we focusing on many how to make the arbitration, and what are all the different types of arbitration, what are all the different types of legislation policies are available. And we are not only giving training to the young students, we are also giving to the government officials from different Maharashtra government, Tamil Nadu government, many government officials, they are coming here and they are getting training in this particular areas. And this is the gap. The Niti Aayog report says project delay is a huge challenge. Track record of completing project on time is abyssal. Then India will need 70 lakh skilled project manager. Please keep it in mind, 70 lakh skilled project manager, not site engineer, project manager. So for making yourself fit as a project manager, it needs rigorous training. It needs proper concentration. It needs upgradation of your knowledge. If you have all these things, then only you can able to get into this particular thing, right? Fine. Then these are all some of the areas the students can concentrate. So these are all the areas what we are focusing, and we are making the students and training the students and molding the students in these areas, because contract management, project finance management, project consultancy management, business development, commercial marketing, technology development, law and regulation, policy making, site administration, environmental management, and entrepreneurship management. So among these areas, I can tell after the students completing their undergraduate, they are readily fit for site administration. So that is the thing, many companies, they are making it up. That's why the young student, they are having the fear, because many of their friends are getting white collar job. civil engineers, they have to stand in the sun, and they have to run behind the doors, and they have to stay for 12 hours every day. So these are all the things they are getting fear, and that's the reason they are joining in the other things. So don't think like that. There are plenty of opportunities are there. Only thing is how you have to equip yourself, which particular area you have to make yourself fit. That is the one which takes you to the next level. Then these are all some of the thrust area the students can concentrate, even for the research project, sustainable building, green building, construction equipment. Another important thing I want to highlight, now the government is trying to adopt the strategy of Atma Nirvana. Atma Nirvana, hope you might be aware what is meant by Atma Nirvana. Anybody can able to tell what is meant by Atma Nirvana? Any students? Any students? Hello? What is meant by Atma Nirvana? Any students? So it is nothing but developing our own product, our own materials, our own software, which is the need of the hour. So importing something and using it won't fetch proper benefit. If you develop your own product, and if you develop yes, somebody is okay. So like this, these are all thrust areas. Digitalization in construction industry. So there are many industry 4.0. That is a recent thing happening. So the growth is happening in the form of industry 4.0. So automation. So automation is the thing which is going to take over the entire CRIP sector in the near future. Already the automation is becoming more popular in the developed country. In India also, in the near future, the automation is going to dominate. So it is very important the young engineers, they have to make themselves to fit according to the changes happening in the construction sector. Then only they can able to survive in the market. Then these are all some of the areas they can concentrate: quantity surveyor, commercial manager, engineering and architect, site manager, safety officers. These are all some of the things where the opportunities are very high. So don't think that only the construction companies, the opportunities are available. Not only in the construction companies, even in banking sector, even in consultancy. KPMG is a consultancy sector. So many consultancy opportunities are available, right? Fine. So what we are doing, NICMAR is one of the renowned institute which are mainly focusing on construction management, and in India there are very few institutes working for the upliftment of construction industry. Among those institutes, NICMAR is one among the thing. So we are having a very good infrastructure, and we are mainly concentrating on PG programs. We don't have undergraduate program. We are having only PG program, and also most of the programs are corporate oriented. All the programs are corporate oriented. That is the reason many people who joined in the company, after they joined in the company, they quit the job and they will come for NICMAR for joining the course. Not only that, some of the companies like Shafurji Palamji, L&T, they are sponsoring the students, they are sponsoring their employees for career upliftment, and they are joining here for getting their career upliftment. So we are having 4 campuses, and these are all the different schools: construction management, project, real estate, infrastructure management, general management. And the very important unique thing is here in NICMAR, technology, management and finance and IT, right? These 4 things we are trying to inculcate the knowledge on these 4 things to the engineers. Not only civil engineers, there are some courses the mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, and architect, all the courses the architects are eligible to choose, and they can join in this. And this is one of the need of the hour, because the market, the civil engineering, the CRIP sector market, they want the engineers must have all the basic knowledge. If they don't know how to deal with the finance, if they don't know how to deal with the delay, then they are unfit. They are unfit. So that is these are all the areas what we are working on, and we are making the young engineers industry ready techno managers. And another important thing I want to highlight, in a class, 50% of the students are freshers, means more than 50% of the students will be of experienced people. That is one of the unique benefit of NICMAR. In NICMAR, you can have an interaction between experienced people in the classroom itself. That interaction will help you to gain more information and more knowledge. And these are all some of the courses what NICMAR is having. And these are all weekend program, and most of the weekend programs are only for working professional. Only for working professional. And these are all the research and consultancy. So we are doing several research consultancy. We are also trying to develop some of the construction products. We are working on some collaborative product manufacturing. We are working on with many institutes like SRM and other institutes. We are working on in developing a green material. And these are all the facilities what we are having. So this is the events, some of the technical events and other sports event happening in the institute. And these are all some of the recruiters. So if you want to get into NICMAR, you have to write the entrance examination followed by group discussion. If you got selected in the entrance examination, then group discussion. Then after the group discussion, personal interview, then you will get the call letter for admissions. So it is not just like that you can't get the admission. So it is a continuous process. You have to spend for at least 15 days, then only you can able to make it up. And these are all the days: 25th January 2022, and examination is on 5th and 6th 2022, Wednesday to Monday. So online personal interview. Thank you. And this is one of the workshop what we are organizing, what NICMAR is organizing in association with VIT Chennai. So it is in the 21st January, this workshop is going to happen. It is related to disaster risk reduction strategies and challenges. So we are working on finalizing this. Most of the things are completed. So if anybody is interested to register for this workshop, so you can register. I will share the link with the coordinator. You can make use of the opportunity. Thank you. Any questions? Students? Madam, if anybody having questions and they have put it in the chat box, please look into it and
yes, sir. So participants, if you have any doubts or anything, if you want to get into it, please can ask. It was really an interesting session. Sir was telling a lot of informative ideas, informative about the opportunities in civil engineering.
Yeah, third year students are there in this group, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Third year students are there.
Yeah. So I will share one of the video. Time is there or time over? I'm taking over time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How long it will take, sir? Video?
Yes, 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can share.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Yeah, it is audible, madam. Hello? Hello?
Sudarsan, audio is not working. Video is also not playing.
Okay, 1 minute. No, sir.
You know how much water does it take to make
Yeah,
a
now it's okay.
1,600 liters? And guess how much a dairy uses every day just for cleaning? More than 1 lakh liter of water. By 2040, most of the countries would not have enough water for their basic needs. The only way to stop this is to become water positive, especially by industries. Being water positive means to reduce wastage and leakage, recycle most of the water, and use methods like rainwater harvesting to meet the rest of the water requirements. As a consumer depending on these industries, our indirect water footprint is much larger than the water we directly consume on a daily basis. But what if industries could minimize their water consumption? What if a dairy used only 45,000 liters instead of 90,000 a day? If 20 dairies did the same, they would be able to save water the size of a lake every year. This is exactly what Pluggen helps industries do. Our technology enables industry owners and factory workers to use water as efficiently as possible. Atma monitors the entire water infrastructure of a factory and prevents wastage. We have flow sensors set up in pipes and water level sensor in tanks. All of these are connected by IoT to the cloud. Our devices even measure the energy that water pump and the recycling equipment consumes. If an anomaly such as leakage is detected, it alerts the worker on the phone app. There's also a dashboard where managers can see their consumption pattern and take corrective action. We've seen a huge positive behavioral change in water consumption by our customers. For example, the Winner Dairy in Puducherry has cut down their water consumption by 30,000 liters a day in just few months. This has also cut their electricity cost by 15%. There's a direct financial benefit in managing water consumption. 10 years ago, this level of automated water monitoring wasn't required, but now it's essential. As our problems change and new ones come up, our solutions have to keep evolving. Like during the recent lockdown, our team couldn't travel to other states to deploy our product. We took this as a challenge and we found local partners in different cities to set up our systems. It also pushed us to redesign our device and make them more plug and play. So now we are in a position to take our technology anywhere in the world. My goal is to make our lives water positive because there's no substitute to water, right?
See, the very important thing is, students, I request you to try to take up the challenge and try to concentrate on interdisciplinary project. Don't stick on to the project, don't stick on to the research area with respect to the civil engineering, because that is why I have shown this particular video. There are several thrust areas are available. So it is necessary that you have to find out the avenues, how you can able to utilize artificial intelligence, how you can able to utilize machine learning, how you can able to utilize automation, how you can able to utilize IoT based technology. These are all the avenues, and I have shown you only a sample. There are plenty of problems, plenty of common problems are happening in your local town, in your local village, in your own college. You take up that common problem, you develop a sensor, you develop a product, you develop it is a joint effort. If you make a group, not necessarily it must be a project group. If you make up a group by young engineers from mechanical, civil, electrical, computer science, IT, then it is a remarkable achievement. You can able to make it up. And again, I am telling, the government is providing many support, many entrepreneurship, many startups. The government is encouraging, many funding they are giving. If you are successful, if your idea is good, if it is functioning properly, then that can be transferred as a startup initiative. You can develop a product, you can make a patent. There are many opportunities are there. So I request you, try to select a project, try to choose a topic by interdisciplinary project. Don't focus only on a civil engineering perspective. There are many things are available, right? So that is the thing I want to tell to the third year students. So this is especially for third year students. I want to highlight this particular point. Thank you.
So we have a question in the chat
Yes,
box. What technologies dominate in the field of smart ecology, sustainable development cities?
So now one of the important thing is circular economy, madam. Circular economy concept is gaining more momentum. And second, building information modeling, you might be aware of that industry 4.0 is another one important thing which is dominating. And also the sustainable green building materials. There are different green building materials are in progress. Manufacturers, many people, they are doing it. Even the coordinator, Dr. Gunasekharan, who has developed the one of the green building material, and he established many products in roof, and also now he is going to set up a building using that particular, that is coconut shell concrete. I can tell him he is the father of coconut shell concrete. So he has done enormous activities, enormous work on coconut shell concrete. So these are all the things the students can take up, and it is not the thing only they have to restrict the thing with respect to the civil engineering. You have to take some help from the electrical and electronic engineers, some of their friends in other branches for developing some sensor, because there are a lot of opportunities are there. Sensor technology, as I have shown in the video, it is a very simple technique, but they have adopted and they have achieved a very successful. And another one important thing, home automation. Home automation is one of the emerging area in our country, especially in the real estate. So emerging area means in the real estate, there are many home automation tools are available, but it is not fulfilling the objective. It can work for 6 months, it can work for 3 months, and then it will fail. So some of the students can take up, and some IITs, they are already developed some home automation tools. Like some of the students, they can develop a home automation tool, low cost fire extinguisher. So fire alarm, low cost fire alarm, they can able to develop. So like this, plenty of opportunities are there, but especially they can concentrate on building information modeling, and they can concentrate on industry 4.0 and developing green building materials. So those are all the trust areas I can able to tell. Yes, madam.
Yes, sir. Any questions from the participant side?
And any support, any help needed, they can write to me, either through your coordinator or through individually. Students can write to me. I am ready to provide the technical support. My area of expertise is environmental engineering. So with respect to the environmental engineering, if you want any support or help, I am ready to provide. So there are plenty of papers. It is available in Google Scholar online related to grey water treatment, wastewater treatment, sustainable water management. You can look into it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Before they go for the proposing formal vote of thanks, let me take a personal interest and opportunity to thank Dr. Sudarsan for your valuable time and sharing enormous information about the career opportunity for the young budding engineers. And your level of energy since beginning to the end is remarkable and marvelous. Thank you for your time once again, Sudarsan.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. The outcome, the objective is at least out of this 70 participants, at least 10% of the participants take up some of the.
It was up to more than 92. I saw at one point of time it is 92.
Yeah, good.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We have a formal vote of thanks from our side, sir. And now I request Mr. NICMAR from third year civil engineering students to propose the vote of thanks.
Yeah, and one thing, this is one of the very good initiative. I appreciate Venkateswara College for involving the students in this kind of activities, because this is one of the things which will help them to make themselves comfortable and make themselves feel free to talk among the public. So that is one of the good things. You have taken a very good thing and involving the students and make them self as a comfortable people to talk among the public, so that arrange these kind of more webinars which will help them get more confidence, and you encourage them that let them arrange the webinars. You
Yes, sir.
be only as a mentor. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Lalit Kumar. Lalit?
Good morning to one and all present here. It's my great privilege to propose vote of thanks for this webinar. We would like to express our immense gratitude towards Dr. R. Kumuda ma'am, ICI convener and organizing secretary, and Mr. Vijay Vignesh sir, ICI coordinator, for organizing such an informative webinar. Also, I thank our principal, vice principal, and management for their continuous support and encouragement. On behalf of our institution, Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, a special thanks to our speaker, Dr. J.S. Sudarsan, for spending his valuable time and sharing his thoughts and experience on career advancement in construction, real estate, infrastructure, and project sector. This webinar gave us deep insights into the various aspects in which the advancement in construction and real estate takes place, and also enlighten us with a whole lot of information on how to grow our career in various construction management sectors as a civil engineer. A heartfelt thanks to all faculties, students, and participants who participated actively and paid attention. Once again, I thank you all for your active participation. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So just we have a small photo session. I request all the participants to switch on your video just for a while. Yes.
Sudarsan, will you please stop sharing your presentation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now so.
Yes. Participants, can you please switch on your video? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Venkateswara sir, I had last question for you.
Madam?
Yeah.
I have one question last.
Yeah.
One question.
Yes, yes, please.
What are the emerging technologies in the future in construction, sir? Emerging technologies like
See,
3D constructions, lean construction.
See, the very important thing is emerging technology. As I already pointed out, now the construction infrastructure sector is moving ahead with automation. They are trying to implement the automation in all the areas, even scaffolding, even for excavation, even for concreting. All the things they are trying to use the automation. In some of the foreign countries, they already implemented robots in concreting and other activities. So in our country, we are not that much high speed. We are also moving ahead with that automation aspect. So there are plenty of tools are available with respect to the automation, even in the case of safety, even in the case of project monitoring. See, now L&T, they are trying to use BIM integrating with remote sensing and GIS, and they are trying to monitor the progress by sitting in the Manapakam office. What is happening in Maharashtra, what is happening in Madhya Pradesh, what is happening in some other country, they are observing and they are monitoring, and they are getting the day-to-day update, and also they are doing the troubleshooting by sitting in the Manapakam office. So that is the thing happening in the recent infrastructure industry. And in the near future, this automation will enter into all the areas, all the avenues of construction sector. So I request the students to try to look into some of the tools, modern tools like BIM, Candy, Primavera, MS Project, like this, plenty of tools are available, right? So if you make yourself little bit confident in that particular tool, then only you can able to survive well in the market. So that is one of the important thing I want to highlight.
Sir, can we expect that the robotics in India also in the future?
Yeah, robotics are not fully functional or fully implemented in our country, but in the near future it may happen. Some now robotics are implemented, robotics are used in indirect way. For example, in the high-speed rail network technique, for fixing the gantry girder and other things, all the activities are happening by means of automation tools. Manual is only a monitoring The manual persons are only doing the monitoring activities, and the entire thing is prefabricated and pre-constructed, pre-designed structures, and they are bringing it and they are assembling it in the site. So like this, it depends on the project to project, based on the extent of project and based on the speed of the project and based on the cost of the project, the automation is gaining momentum.
In automobile, they are using almost.
Yeah, in automobile.
Sir, how
Yes.
about green building material?
Yes.
How about green buildings? How about green buildings and prefabricated homes, sir, in the near future?
Yeah, green building, that's the thing I told. There are several green building materials are slowly coming up in the market. And HDFC, IAFL and these kind of agencies, banking sector, Godrej Properties, they are opening a separate division for green building, which mainly concentrating on how to make the green building, that is net zero building, zero energy building. So these are all the near future going to come in the real estate sector. Zero energy building is a near future. Self-sustained building. So you are not supposed to depend on any of what?
Sir, could you please elaborate
Yes.
on Industry 4.0? If I'm not taking
See,
time.
I'm ready to elaborate, but already we are running out of time. So it can be
Okay,
as a separate webinar.
You can contact
Okay,
you
sir, that's
for
okay, that's okay.
getting your email ID and numbers from the coordinator.
Sure, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you for your interest,
Thank you,
Mr. Veerappa Swami.
Nice one. Pleasure, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Sudarsan. I think we can wind up. Madam?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
thank you. Bye. Bye, Sudarsan.
Thank you, sir.
Sudarsan, bye.
Sitaram, thank you. It was very informative.
Thank you all.